Welcome back. I'm here with Sandra Cassidy from Cassidy Legal. Sandy, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you talk a bit? You operate a little different than other attorneys and everything. You have a special approach that you take with people, and can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I've been an attorney for 25 years, and I'm a graduate of Jerry Spence's Trial Lawyers College, which takes an approach to trials and personal injury clients that is an inside-out look at their injury and the trauma that they've sustained. And it's been my experience, and I've worked with people who have lost their vision, who've lost their children, who've lost limbs, and I'm always amazed at their resilience and their determination. And it's difficult to get their story out. A lot of them are reticent about bringing a legal case, and some of it is as a result of the negativity that's in the media against trial lawyers. It's very prevalent now. And I had to spend a little debriefing session just to assure them that when there is wrongdoing, they are justified and in some sense have a social obligation to right the wrongs. So I take an inside-out approach.
I can when I'm looking at your website, you can kind of get a sense of that in the description and your commitment to the individual to really bring those points out and to really create a relationship with that person. And because you're a solo practitioner here and as an attorney, you know, you can take that different approach. You don't have to worry about a firm or anything like that, right?
That's right. I work very individually, one-on-one with my clients. When they hire me, I am their attorney. And I think that's really important. I do call in a team when I need it, and I do generally call in a team for every case to do what's referred to as reenactments. And often clients have no idea that there's a kernel core moment in their experience that has transformed them. And that's where their story is, and that's where the case needs to begin.
And again, and you're unique in that approach, right? I mean, that's not a normal way to handle things.
Well, I'm unaware of too many attorneys that are trained in Jerry Spence's trial methods, but he does heavily rely upon reenactment, and it's a very healing process. The thing that injury victims often overlook is that the justice system is the best we have. It's the best in the country, and it's the best in the world, but it never provides true justice because the injury victims are suffering from betrayal. And handing someone a check is never going to fix that.
Right.
So I work with the person, and we go through a lot of slow steps to hopefully at the end of their case not only win their case but have a healing experience.
Can you talk about some of the different areas that you work in?
Yes, I've been a trial attorney for many years, and I've represented clients in motor vehicle accidents, simple slip and fall cases. I have represented people who have been exposed to toxic exposures. I've worked with Aaron Brockovich briefly on 2 cases, one downstate involving toxic exposure from a landfill, and another in Rochester from toxic hexavalent chromium exposures at a factory. So I've had a lot of different types of clients. I do also do special education as an advisor. I often help parents craft their individualized education plans for their kids. And also vaccine injury, which is a very niche practice. Very few attorneys nationally prosecute vaccine injuries, and frankly, very few attorneys even know about the practice. It's a very small practice conducted in DC, and I'm proud to be a part of the Vaccine Injury Practitioners Bar Association.
And what exactly is that? Is that people who suffer some type of injury or ill effect as a result of vaccinations?
Yes, it's a common occurrence, actually, more common than people realize. And there's a fund set up to compensate victims of vaccine injuries. You do have to go through a litigious process. It's not a given, but once your proof is provided, there is compensation for people who have suffered injuries from vaccines.
Can you talk about, you've been recognized as one of the top 100 attorneys with the American Trial Lawyers Association in, was it 2008, 2009?
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Or?
Well, it's an honor. The Trial Lawyers Association is a relatively new organization. It was disbanded and replaced by the Association of Justice several years ago, and a group of attorneys didn't want to share the focus with the defense bar. They wanted attorneys that just represent people. Mm-hmm. So a new group was formed, and I think they choose people based upon their commitment to representing individuals as opposed to companies.
And the things you just previously described.
I think so.
Right?
I think that's their focus. So I'm honored to be a part of that.
Well, that's great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, if people want to reach you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, I can be reached by through my website, which is CassidyLegal.com, mm-hmm. or you can email me at Cassidy@CassidyLegal.com, or call me at 655-3545.
Okay, great. Sandra, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Gary. It was a pleasure.
Congratulations on your achievements and everything.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a minute.